Hi, keyboard class, it's me again. In this video, I'm going to review the lead sheet that we mentioned about in class this Tuesday. First, I'm gonna start with the right hand, which is in the A position above the middle C. The first two lines are the same, in which you start with your pinky on E, finger 5, and you go down by steps. The third line also consists of notes that move by steps. You start with your index finger on B, which is finger 2 here, so this is B. And then you move up by steps until you reach the D with your pinky, which is finger 5. Then you move back down by steps to A. The last line contains one skip in measure 11, which is right here. The rest of the notes are moving by steps as well. The highest note here is E in the same measure, and the lowest note is A in the last measure. Moving on to left hand, you have 3 options to pick. All the options relate to the chords 1, 4, 5, and 7. The first option allows you to play just the roots. In this case, you will need to put your left hand in the D position so that you will be able to reach all of the roots within the 5-finger pattern. In this option, you have to remember that your left thumb plays the A, which is the highest note in this 5-finger pattern, and your pinky plays a D, which is the lowest one in the pattern. Ring finger plays the E, and index finger plays the G. So for example, the first line, this is already written down. So your thumb plays A, which is finger 1, and then D, E, finger 4, and then back to finger 1 on A. So line 1 and line 2 are the same. Line 3, finger 2 on G, right here. This is finger 2, right? And the rest will be the same. E and then A, just like that. So that'll be finger 4 and finger 1. Second option is about playing the fifths with your left thumb and pinky. In this case, when you see the letter A above the measure, you use pinky and thumb to play A and E. So this is the letter above the measure. And if you see the letter D above the measure, you play D and A. When you see letter E, you go up one step to play the E and B. Last but not least, when you see letter G, you play G and D. So for example, I'm gonna just write it down here. When you see letter A right here, which is A and E, of course it will be on the downbeat, the first beat. All right, and measure 2, when you see D right here, it is D and A. And then E and B, A and E. This is the first line. Okay, second line is the same. So move on to the third line. When you see a G here, which means you are going to use your pinky and thumb to play G and D. Next measure is the same, so just do it again. E and A. Just like that. So the last 2 lines are the same as well. That is option 2. Okay, so the third option here is exactly the same as the second option, but with an extra third note in the chord. So when you see the letter A, you play an A minor chord. When you see letter D, you play a D minor chord. When you see letter E, you play an E major chord just because it is a dominant 5. It is spelled E, G sharp, B. And when you see letter G, you play a G major chord. So for example, back to the first line, I'm going to use blue to add the thirds to the chord. Right, so A right here means A minor chord, just because we are in the key of A minor. So you add the third here to make A, C, E. The second measure, you add the third here, D, F, A. Third measure, we have E and A chords, so E, G sharp, B, A, C, E. This is the first line. Okay, and the third line here, we have G chords twice, G, B, D, G, B, D, and E, G sharp, B again, and then A, C, E, just like that. All right, so these are all of your options. And on the second page, right here, there are some examples as well, so you can take a look at it if you forget about it. Right, so good luck. I'll see you soon.